Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Dungeon Runners podcast. It's currently, which episode is this? This is episode
1 of season 2.
No, it's not. We haven't finished season 1 yet.
It's episode...
We're back after our short hiatus of 22 minutes.
This would be episode 16.
Is it really episode 16?
Yeah, it would be episode 16.
Oh, wow. Okay, episode 16 of season 1.
Yeah, we're back where we left off. This is 2018, December 21st.
Yeah, if you've been watching this
2017.
Right now,
no, wait, hold on. This would be 2018. What month?
This is no.
January.
It's November 1st, 2017. 2018.
There you go.
What year is it?
The last one was in October.
Yes, November 1st, 2017.
17.
damn. Okay. Like, yeah, if you binge watching this in order right now, and you just imagine there's no chronological gap. Just imagine we just did this weekly and never hiatus.
Now, I want you guys to imagine that none of our audio has changed, and no one sounds even different.
Nobody sounds different. I mean, I think we're using the exact same setup that we did 22 minutes ago when we recorded the last episode.
Oh, and if we're doing different things with our lives, just assume that we've done a lot in the last week.
Yeah.
We haven't changed at all. Don't worry. We're still the same people you know.
Yes, exactly.
You guys remember us, right?
This is a year and a half ago.
I'm General.
Hold on. The last one was in 2017?
2017.
October of 2017.
October 7th.
Okay. Cool. I'm still married. Yeah, I was like, was I married then? Or was I? No, 2017. Okay, I'm in.
Got it in there, man. Still single, still rocking it. I'm still fine. Matt, how you doing?
Yeah.
Is that crying? So boys, this week's hypothetical, how long of a hiatus should we take from the show?
I think it should be exactly 1 year and 2 months.
I agree to that very specific amount. Nothing more, but nothing less, or else the balance will be undone.
You know what? Let's start it right now. And now we're back.
Okay.
And it's
just insert like a transition there, like a
yeah. And now it's January 2019.
Is it?
Yeah, we're back from our hiatus. That hypothetical we took way too far, guys. Perhaps it was a mistake.
Welcome to the Super Dungeon Runners podcast.
Featuring Knuckles.
I guess, like, honestly, as far as we've always done a bit more of like, oh, this is stuff's happening in gaming, or here's something that's happening. I feel like because we're just now coming back to Dungeon Runners podcast, that we probably should spend more time on this episode talking about what we have been doing over the past year and 2 months. Even though, like, I don't know if there's too much to actually catch up on. Life is an endless abyss.
Yeah, as the last episode podcast was titled "The Busy Life," it's been quite a busy.
Wait, was
life.
It really? Was the last episode titled "The Busy Life"? Oh, it was The Busy Life.
Yeah, it was like a 30-minute podcast where we talked about how it's just we're too busy to do things, especially you, Spencer.
I'm not busy.
You're really busy.
No, I don't really do too much, especially in the beginning part of the year.
Wow. Well, but yeah, the reason we stopped was because just everyone was super busy. Like I was working. Spike had this marathon going on for his channel. It was October, man, and Matt's house just fell apart around him.
I was borderline homeless for a little bit. Let's get into that a little later.
Okay, in that case, this since it's the first podcast of the new year as well as the podcast of the since this is the first podcast of the second season,
the inaugural
podcast. What are you guys' New Year's resolutions for this year of our Lord 2019?
I'm gonna start recording more podcasts.
That's a good one.
You know what? Same.
God damn it! You guys can't answer a serious question here. Same.
But do you actually have any like New Year's resolutions? Because I really
Do
don't.
you really?
I'm still.
You don't. You
No,
just like give
I'm
up that.
perfect in every
Wow.
sort of way.
I actually did. I've said that I wanted to learn dedicate this year to learning new skills. So I wanted to get away with like mastering like some kind of new skill in this year. And that doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, I've got to learn to play the piano at a second like classical level. I want to pick up something where I can be like, I can do that. I can do that reasonably well.
That's good. That's good.
Check out this fucking nerd who wants to learn.
Wow. Fuck y'all.
But what are you learning, Spike?
Well, now I'm learning. I'm trying to pick up Blender and Unity, so I could be able to do like some small little weenie games. Yeah, I want to do some weenie games, like literally that. I'm gonna post them on Pornhub. They can be fun weenie games. It'd be great.
I mean, I hear Pornhub's doing better than YouTube in the year 2019.
Yeah. Well, look, it's got a great core market.
It has reoccurring users.
No.
Spike.
I'm a good Christian.
Hey, Matt. Matt, what's your resolution for the year of 2019?
I wanna pick up new skills.
Go out.
My New Year's resolution is to copy everyone's New Year's resolution. That way, I don't just have one. I have like 1,000, and every time I come into someone new, I've got like something new to do.
That's awful. That's literally awful.
It's like the Sharingan of a New Year's resolution.
Now I've got your power.
It's like,
See, the thing is about the resolution is you tend to want to do it.
Yeah, I want to do what everyone else is doing.
What the hell? What the hell?
To be fair,
Matt, why?
I've never really been into New Year's resolutions.
No, neither have I. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have one because like I don't plan on changing really. Like I'm just gonna go with the flow like how I always do.
I think the thing that I'd like to do more, but I want to I don't want it to be a New Year's resolution. I want it to be like an actual thing. Is just to keep doing more and more podcasts.
Life goals.
Yeah.
More and more podcasts. Let's start a new one, guys. Let's call it the Field Explorers.
The Field Explorers? I would like that to be, but you got to spell field like FEELED. We just talk about like like the field. We just talk about like very emotional times in our lives.
I gotta tell you, the three of us, not the most emotional guys.
Speak for yourself.
I can be emotional if I want to be.
Matt cries like twice a day.
At least.
You know what? Speaking of Matt feeling, hey Matt, how's your coffee doing?
No. Wait, actually, please give this context for anybody listening. Please give this context. What's going on with your coffee, Matt?
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I am legit triggered. So with my bank, I get free coffees from this certain coffee shop, Druckers. And I've been going there every day. Now, bear in mind, like, it's gotten past the point of coffee, right? I know this place inside and out. I know all the staff. They know me. I gave them a Christmas card. They laughed because I put a little inside joke in there. The thing is, the only thing I order from them are mochas because that's the only drink, the coffee, that's the main coffee I like.
For Americans listening, that's mochas.
Mocha. To give you a context, I've got like a mental profile of how each staff member makes a mocha. I know which one makes it more foamy, which one makes it colder, which one adds more cream. I've got like this mental database of like all these things, right? I get a text last night saying, oh, Druckers, oh yeah, they're in administration. You know, they're filing for bankruptcy. I'm like, oh no, I hope they're okay. You know, I'll go there tomorrow and I'll have a little look, see if they're okay. I went there. It's just shut. It's gone. The shutters was down.
Wait, like the whole shop is just like, there's a sign on the door.
Closed.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Now, bear in mind,
they have
a whole year, like more than a year, I think, of just me going there like every day, 7 days a week. And it's gone.
Oh, man.
I'm so triggered. I am fully triggered, right? I'm so emotional right now. I could cry for the second time today.
So for those wondering why Matt wasn't on the podcast all of 2018, it was because he was drinking coffee, and now it's gone. So
he wasn't in any of the episodes. All of our 2018 episodes were missing Matt.
Yeah, and they're all recorded and they're all uploaded on the site.
Yes.
Please check us out.
All of 2018. Welcome to season 3 of the Dungeon Earnest podcast.
Appreciate you not joking about this topic. Now I have to make coffee like a peasant instead of just getting it made for me.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? If you learn the skill, if you just learn to become the barista skills, you'd never have to worry about you'd never have to worry about that again. You would be able to make perfect coffees.
You see that pathetic coffee he made?
No, I haven't.
Like, just a minute
I would
ago?
love to. Matt, put the coffee up on the screen.
Look at all the crumbs you left on the side in that weird smaller heart.
I make nice coffees. I like my coffees. I can make a good coffee. I just can't be asked to wait for the milk to get steamed every time because it takes a couple of minutes. I'd rather watch someone else do it.
Yeah, you're still waiting. You're just not doing it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, you got all those coffees for free. Yeah. You didn't help that business at all.
I'm sure somewhere up the chain, my bank comped all those coffees that I was having because it was a deal through the bank.
What?
Yeah, it's like an offer with my bank thing. It's like I get 1 free coffee a day. So I've never paid for a coffee out in about a year. And they're really nice. It's a Italian Viennese patisserie. So it's full on Italian coffee, Italian desserts. Ooh. It's so nice.
What the hell's a patisserie?
Pastry shop, I think.
Is that really what you call it? I thought you just call it a bakery.
Yeah, what is a patisserie?
Is that like Italian?
So really? You just use the Italian name for the thing?
Yeah. At least
I'm going to take you at face value for this because I have no evidence to prove you otherwise.
I don't know either. This is just what I've kind of pieced together from going there for so long. Because, I've been going there for a little while.
Are you just overhearing somebody else say the word patisserie and you're like, yes?
No, it's written down everywhere. It's a where's that place in Italy that begins with V?
Did you say Italy?
Italy?
Italy? Yeah.
Italy?
You mean
Italian?
Vienna, Viennese. That's it. Because some reason I got it crossed in my head with Vietnamese. Vietnamese. Oh my gosh,
you're making this word lose meaning.
I know. You know when it just you lose a word loses meaning in your head. I'm struggling to say it now. Viennese patisserie. Yes, that thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I feel you.
Oh my gosh, it's such good coffees too. You know, I ruined someone's taste. No, I ruined someone's taste with this mocha. This person flew over and stayed for a little while, and she's like ultimate cheapskate. Like she buys clothes from the cheapest shop you can to try save as much money. She only buys coffees from those sort of coffee machine dispensers from the shops, and she was like, I don't want to buy any other coffee because it'll ruin my taste for the cheap stuff that I get. And I was like, no, you just got to try it. You got to try it. I gave her one of the mochas, and then it's been years, and since then she's been like, I've not been able to enjoy a mocha ever since you gave me that one mocha.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's been like a year, and she's like not enjoyed mochas the same because it was that nice.
That's
Jesus.
Oddly.
Well,
no.
I feel it though, because like when I went to work, I would go to like these fast food places, and it's like I slowly realized like we have like good restaurants around here too. I can actually order from and buy them from. It's like, and after eating those ones, it's like, man, fast food taste is fucking gross.
That's what I have when I go to America. Because I don't eat out at all. I always home cook. So when I go to America and I'm like, I want to try all these things. I want to try authentic Mexican cuisine in the form of Taco Bell. I want to try McDonald's. I want to, American McDonald's because apparently it's different. I want to try an insert American fast food chain here. And after about a week, I'm done. Like, I can't eat anymore. It took me less than a day to start ordering from the kids menu when I went to America last. Just because I was...
Yeah.
It's too much.
You don't eat that much.
Yeah.
I also order smaller amounts these days, yeah. There's like certain things.
That was the thing. It was saying like it's good for you to do the whole like cutting a meal in half kind of thing.
Oh yeah, who was doing that? Where they would just eat half the meal? Was that you, Matt?
No,
I was reading something on online, which is I guess like the quickest way to start off anything like this. I was reading something online where it was like saying that like what's supposed to be really good for you is anytime you order a meal when you go out, you cut it in half and you take half of that with you and you eat. You only eat half of it there, and then you take half of it and you eat the rest of it like at home later. It saves money, and also it's like it's better for portion control. I don't know if that's the same thing in England, Matt, because like you guys don't serve like 10 pounds per plate, but like Americans like servings like are so big that like it was saying like what's good for your health is you're supposed to cut it in half and you save half of it for later and you eat half of it there.
I can see that. Just because, yeah, the portion sizes, especially when I go to Texas, is just monstrously big. And it's almost like a food challenge with every meal. And I'm like, this isn't healthy to eat every day. Like, even if you're only having it once a day, one of these meals is probably 1,600 calories. Split that in two. That's 2 portion meals, you know?
Well, that's what I want. You telling me that it's not what I want isn't healthy? What are you trying to say about me, Matt?
Why do you think he's married? That his wife can order food and then he can eat from her plate.
But that's totally true. Okay, right. That's part of being married.
Number one perk of any relationship is just watching them order food you know they can't finish just to have 1.5 meals.
Absolutely. Just eat, like you eat their fries, you eat a little bit of the steak they left over, whatever they have.
Sure. That is totally the perk.
Yeah, that's the only perk of being married, kids. Don't get married.
What have you been doing, Jen? What is the difference between 2017 general and 2019 general?
I have stopped shaving pretty much at all.
Disgusting.
I just trim my beard these days. It's apparently girls like beards.
Oh, is that why you're doing it?
What a disgusting time we live in.
Yeah. So I've gone full hobo on it, and I've just let it be there. I got rid of it when it starts looking like a neck beard.
See,
don't want that image.
I'm so jealous because all I can grow is a neck beard. I'm like, oh, dude, it's clean shaven or nothing. Okay,
it's the Asian genes, man. I have the same problem. We just end up like growing like a little bit in some places and never grows out anywhere else. At least you can get like that twiddly mustache, man.
Yeah. The nice handlebar mustache eventually.
Dude, my mustache doesn't connect. You know, like the pointy bit that goes towards the chin. It doesn't connect to the chin hair to do a full goatee. But the thing is,
what?
I don't have like the goatee thing. It kind of separates. You know, like Tony Stark, how his mustache is separate from his beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So there's like a little gap. Now, the only problem is, all I can grow is a decent like chin strap and a mustache. But if it connected, dude, I'd do the Sergeant Price mustache from Call of Duty 4 any day.
No.
Like, I'd just have the... I'd legit non-ironically rock that.
I've seen the picture of you with like the chin strap and the mustache. And Matt, put that up on the screen, even though we're a podcast.
Hey, this goes on YouTube.
It's not a good look for you, Matt. I don't know what you were thinking. It's not a good look.
Okay. I fully admit that it's not a good look, but it still doesn't stop me from wanting to do it.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't stop you from doing a lot of things.
Jen, does your mustache connect to your beard?
Yes.
Right, do me a solid favor right now. Just shave the chin bit, kind of the cheek bits and the neck bit. Just have this really long mustache that looks like it connects to your sideburns. Oh, okay. Swimming in babes.
No, God.
Well, you know what? My mustache does not connect to my beard. I just realized it just like has really long ends.
I really want to grow a Fu Manchu.
Why?
I want to be wiser.
If you want.
Okay.
It's like a wisdom increase of 6 or 7.
Well.
Wow.
Jesus.
So you spent the last year just growing out a beard, Jen?
Yeah. Well, that and like I'm still working, and I still have a job. I'm still paying rent, paying insurance, all that stuff. Good. But this time I'm not a temp anymore. I'm full-time, baby.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid good money, and I have fucking insurance. I also lose most of that money because I have to pay insurance.
Wait, how much is I don't want to know your exact bill, but like, how much is insurance for America?
It differs depending on what you get.
It's still pretty pricey, even for like the low end, though.
So
I can tell you what my old one was because they changed it recently. It was it used to be $28 a week.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it used to.
That's really good.
It's a little less than double now.
That was the thing because like I'm assuming that's provided by your job.
Yeah, it's provided by job. It's really good because it has like dental and health insurance.
Oh, that's real
vision.
good. No,
it's super.
I was trying to like pick up health insurance just kind of like on my own since I do YouTube, but like trying to pick that up, it was $200 less than the rent I was paying.
Oh
yeah. $200 less than the rent I was paying. It was essentially for me to get that package, which was like it only really covered if I had cancer. But like
Jesus.
So
it's like,
if I broke a bone, I would be paying all of that out of pocket.
what?
It only really covered if I had cancer, and it would have been like me paying for my apartment and a small apartment.
Right, I've got a picture, because my mum's diabetic, and she's got, like, several tablets. Instead of an injection, you take, like, aspirin to thin the blood, and this thing, and this, and this, and this thing. So imagine this table full of tablets for, like, the month sort of thing, like a 28-day cycle. It's all free. Like, all of it. And I'm looking at it, because I know people, like, there's people dying in America and stuff, trying to ask to reduce the cost of diabetic medicine, because it's not something you can stop taking. You have to keep taking it, or else... you know, and good for you. And I'm looking at this giant sack. It looks like a dragon's hoard of tablets. And I'm like, oh boy, I would not want to pay. Like, I'd hate to be in a pay place and have diabetes.
Yeah.
In most cases, if you're a normal human being who works a normal job, like, your job should be giving you, benefits that are able to do that. And that's honestly, like, that's a thing. Like, so Megan, my wife Megan, started working at, like, this tea place, and she's doing really good over there, and she's getting benefits from that, which means, like, hey, we're married, so I get some.
Does it cross over?
Yes.
Yeah, you get family benefits.
I was just
Benefits
about to ask
too.
that, yeah.
But she just hasn't been working there long enough yet to really be able to get a hold of it. But she should be able to, and then we'll be fine. Then we can break bones all we want to.
Yeah, you can afford to live.
I can afford to live.
You can afford to be dying. I was going to say die, but, like, no. So that's
No,
end
you
game.
can afford to be ill.
No, dude, dying's cheap. Living is expensive.
See, dying's cheap for the person who dies, not for the people who are around them who die.
That's fair. that's totally fair.
Do you know how like
that's what your life
from what I
insurance is
understand,
for.
a casket's fucking expensive.
What your life insurance is for?
What life insurance?
You can't. What do you just like expect? Like, oh yeah, well, I'll just die and then not take care of my family. That's irresponsible. Irresponsible. I'll tell you this. I don't have any medical insurance. I'll say that out loud, but I do have life insurance.
Dude, for like multiple years, I didn't have medical insurance, and I never went to the doctor, and I got sick a lot, and it got real bad, and it's fucking sucks.
That's not fun.
Yikes. Yeah, no, the American, or even, like, I want to say, I don't know, because the other parts of the world have to pay too, because I talked to my German friend about this, but they pay like 30 euros to see the doctor. It's not like in the hundreds.
Oh,
you're
wow.
not getting charged for every little bit.
That's still, I would kill to pay, like, what 30 euros would be like 45? 40, it should be like somewhere close to $45, maybe $50. That I would pay that to go see the doctor. That sounds a lot better than what we pay.
It's close to what my copay is to just get like an appointment.
I will say I kind of pulled that figure out of my ass. Like, I really can't remember the figures. You're telling me, but like an ambulance ride.
Great, no.
How much is an ambulance ride in America? Is it thousands?
Oh yeah.
No, it's not 1,000. It's like a couple hundred.
I don't know about that. I've seen some images on the internet.
I think it's only a couple hundred, but I could be wrong.
Because that to me whacked me out. Like, it costs to get taken in an ambulance too. I'm like, yeah.
It's like, do you guys get charged to take the ambulance in Europe? Do you know?
No.
No. What do you?
The only
what's going on in England?
Who pays the drivers?
it's in our taxes. So
that's right. Yeah.
But it's like everyone's taxes, so it just goes towards free healthcare.
It's nice. It must be nice.
And I just kind of wish sometimes healthcare didn't get charged to us all the time.
It's
sometimes.
I mean, like, okay, here's the thing. No matter where you live, you're going to have to end up paying to go to the doctor. It's just you pay for it differently. No matter where you live, you always end up having to pay for it. It's just, like, how would you prefer to pay for it?
To be fair, I have no idea how much I pay towards the NHS. Like, it could be the same amount as you guys for healthcare. I don't know. I've never checked. But I know it's just weird. I think it's just a nicer feeling. No, it's automatically done. Then, oh no, it's just another bill I have to pay. It's just taxes.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, whenever you get a bill in the mail, whenever, like, even if you have the money to be able to cover a bill in the mail, whenever you get that bill in the mail, it's just stress. You know what I'm saying? You just see big numbers show up. You're just like, oh God. Yeah, another month of this.
Yeah, it's just like, so recently, I don't know if I've even told you guys about this, but like, my mother had cataract surgery. Do you know what that is?
The eyes.
Yeah, it's for the eyes. Yeah. Where they cut out the lens and replace it with a
wow. That's pretty intense.
You have to be awake for it, and then
oh my God.
they cut out they take like a little incision with the machine and they cut out your lens.
Yeah.
And remove it and replace it with a new one. So, like, we had that done for her recently. It's like, a lot of it got covered by our insurance, but if we didn't, it would have been, like, within, like, $30,000.
Oh, my God.
That's like a year's wage.
Yeah, it would have been, like, none of us would be able to cover this. We would have to do this in payments forever.
What a nice... Yeah.
What gets me more than the price is you have to be awake during eye surgery.
Yeah,
can't you just staple my eyelids open and just get it done with? I don't want to see this.
Well, I was told it's because when you fall asleep, your eyes actually roll back.
Okay.
Do they really?
That's what I was told.
I didn't know that. Did you, you doing okay there, man?
Just don't get bad eyes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the easy part, honestly.
Man, I am, like, slowly and surely getting my vision worse and worse by the day.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I can't see far anymore, man. It's just, everything is so blurry.
Spike, do you need glasses?
I probably do.
See, the thing is, you don't need them till you get them.
What do you mean? Oh, and then, like, whenever you're, like, looking through it, you're like, oh, shit. Like, now I realize what I've been missing out on. Like, not everything's supposed to have a soft edge to it.
Yeah, because it just, you think it's normal, and it's just like, you put them on, it's like, fuck.
The first person I know for that is Jagger, one of my friends. He thought he had perfect vision. Now, if you meet him, he has to sit on the chair in front of the TV just so he can see about a foot away. Otherwise, it's just too blurry to see. Like, he's the most blind person I've ever seen. And he full on thought he had, like, perfect vision. And then he got given glasses and was like, oh, wait, people can see more than 3 feet in front of them.
Oh, my God. That's...
I'm not that bad. I can see my TV from my bed, man.
I think that's one of the things. I could just feel like the strain after a period of time where I'm like, okay, I could tell I'm struggling to focus now that I'm looking at a television that's, far away from me. So maybe I should get reading glasses or something like that.
No, reading glasses are not for watching TV.
I'm not like on my couch, like 8 feet away from a television trying to strain and see. I'm saying, like, after being on a computer for however many hours a day we're on a computer.
Too many.
Maybe you should get some Gunner glasses. Hey, this episode of the podcast is sponsored by Gunner glasses.
No, it's not. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Gamer Goo. If you have trouble with sweaty palms while playing video games or any amounts of overperspiration on your hands, then Gamer Goo is a goo for you.
If you're anything like me and you play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which we will get into soon,
oh God,
you're playing with a Pro Switch controller. And my hands just get all sorts of sweaty, and my hands just lose grip when pressing the buttons, and I fail to put inputs. I can't get those DIs or the short hops that I want to beat Matt. So I have to get anything to stop this immense sweating in my hands. That's where we go to and get Gamer Goo.
Available now, gamergoo.com. Also follow their Twitter at GamerGoo.
It comes in a variety of scents: orange, cinnamon, and the other one.
It's spearmint. Or peppermint.
It's peppermint.
Yeah,
actually.
peppermint. Okay, legitimately though, this is not meaning on it. It's real nice. Gamer Goo is real nice. It's like
I need that.
I'm gonna send you the pack. So I guess I'll bring this up. I was at PAX this last weekend, and a couple of things like from PAX that were really neat is like they put in or Capcom brought the big thing of the Raccoon Police Department. Is it Raccoon? Yeah, RPD.
Yeah, the Raccoon City.
Raccoon City Police Department to promote Resident Evil 2, which is really cool. There's like a police car there and zombie parts and everything like that. PlayStation brought, what was that new zombie game they have? I can't remember what it was. It's the new one. Like, it looks a lot like World War Z, where like the zombies are crawling over each other. It was really cool. They had a big like zombie bear there, and they were selling little stuffed animals of bears. But I got a chance to meet a couple of really nice folk there, as well as the guys who do Gamer Goo. And Gamer Goo, like, even they were like, I'm pretty sure they're aware of how like silly the name is, but they're using the silliness of the name to kind of like really push the product because it makes you curious. Gamer Goo makes you curious, and I got to try it out and stuff, and got a thing with them. Also, I mean, like, can I just point out the fact that they had on their table Gamer Goo they were also selling Gamer Goo, and they were selling jerky. So they had jerky and Gamer Goo, which just they knew what they were doing. And
I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. They were really funny. And I managed to talk a guy into giving the Emoji Movie another try.
Why? Why do you do this?
Because I'm telling you, the Emoji Movie was a fantastic film.
That's 2 years old. Put that in the...
No, it's 2. So is the podcast. I'm just saying, like, the Emoji Movie had it was a legitimately decent film.
Yeah, anyways. I can't wait to get a bottle of Kenriku because, like, I legitimately need it because I get sweaty hands. Like, even now, just sitting here, like, using my mouse, getting sweaty fucking hands.
Why are your hands so sweaty?
I don't know. I get a lot of perspiration.
Blow on your hands. Blow on your palms.
I hope everybody liked the sounds of me blowing slightly.
Also, I'm gonna. Oh, this is a neat thing that happened this last weekend. Also, so I don't know if I ever brought this up before. I dropped out of college once. Did I bring that up? Did I mention this?
What? You?
Me?
Dropped out of college?
Dropped out of college.
I can't believe
this. But it was just one time.
You high school dropout.
I went to high school. I didn't drop out of high school. I dropped out of college. When I dropped out of college, it was I dropped out of college because I went to a video game college. I went to DigiPen Institute of Technology. It was really cool school because it's all video game based. It's connected to Nintendo, and one of the things about it was like it basically guarantees if you graduate at all from that college, they almost guarantee that Nintendo's going to give you a job. You will work for Nintendo of America. That was really cool because I wanted to make video games when I was younger, and I pointed this out on Twitter. I tweeted about like, oh hey, it's DigiPen Institute of Technology, and I dropped out of that school. And I said this louder than I intended to when we walked past there, because me and Megan were just there. I was like, "Hey, that's the school I dropped out of." And people around were looking. It was odd. But I actually wanted to point this out that I said I dropped out of that school. I dropped out of that college, but I finished college at another school. I just changed my major. So like it was really cool seeing it again because they were there recruiting and they're being like, hey, this is a thing. When I pointed that out, somebody did ask me like, oh, did you think about going back? I was like, no, because I realized I could kind of learn a lot of that stuff on my own. But nonetheless, I did finish up with college. I just ended up majoring in business. And went to University of Texas at San Antonio, which I thought was I think it's I liked it more. And I hit this weird math wall learning at DigiPen. You guys ever like you know whenever like you hit that one point in math where you just don't comprehend anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the geometry.
Is that?
It's more advanced geometry. Actually.
That was it. Like, linear algebra was mine, where we're talking about geometry beyond 3 dimensions.
Yeah, it's fucking like I got to that point because like I also once went to college, community college. I was taking math. It's like I was doing algebra and all that stuff before, and I was like, this is easy. I nail this. I remember how to do all this stuff still. Like it's blazing through this, and then the next year I took geometry. It's like I remember that. And it's just like it started off easy, and then it got harder and harder, and then it just didn't make any sense anymore. Yeah,
no, like that's really a thing. I think that's just everybody kind of has that. Like, there's different points in like the spectrum of math, but at different points there is like a wall where it's just like I just can't comprehend past this.
What about you, Matt? Where did you stop math?
Oh, from the very start.
Was there in elementary school? They're like 3 apples, 1 apple. You're like, I don't get
it. You've lost me.
I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, and I don't want to repeat a story, but did I tell you guys how I passed my maths test?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I repeated the story. It's been a little while since the last podcast, you know. But I'll
no, it hasn't.
Basically, I was doing GCSE, which is our high school sort of era, 15 to 16 years old. Mm-hmm. And we were doing a mock exam, like the practice one, in January for our May, June sort of exams. In my mock exams of 2 papers, I got 1 mark out of like 98.
What? So you got a 1? Like full on just a 1?
And I don't even think you get a mark for writing your name. Otherwise, maybe I would have got 2.
I was about to say that. Over here in Rick, you get like 5 free points for writing your name on the paper.
That's just a giveaway. I had a
Nice.
friend whose dad had 2 master's degrees in maths. So he was like, oh, I need to do really good in maths. I want to impress my dad. So he was studying for like 6 months straight. Like he had Post-it notes all over his room. And I, didn't. Instead, on the weekend before the test, I think the test was on Tuesday, and on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I just did nothing but read the entire textbook. And I got really good at like not only the formulas, but like being able to write out the formulas. So like X, Y, Z, triangle stuff, whatever. I could, on a single piece of paper, write down every formula that was needed for the test. So when I sat down for the test, I was like, oh, can I have a piece of paper real quick? Like, yeah, sure, I get it. And before the test was even handed out, I just had all the answers pretty much, like all the formulas. And we got the results. And, my friend gets a B, which is a really good mark, and he's like, yeah, that's the top of the mark you can get for the certain paper that we had. Comes up to me, I think he's fishing for like a bit of an ego boost. And he goes, oh yeah, I got a B. What did you get? And I pulled out my piece of paper and I was like, I also got a B. And his face when I said that I had the same mark as him was just, it was beautiful. It was a picture. I could relive that moment forever.
I mean, that's exactly what math is, though. It's just like, it's just these formulas, and how do you use them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, they also say, like, after like your base high school level math, so like geometry, I think, is like the last one you actually will use in your life. Like 90% of the people on Earth that's pulling that figure out of nowhere only use up to that point. And even still, using up to that point is like you barely use it, and majority of the time it's just kind of so ingrained into something else that you don't even think about it.
Yeah. My favorite.
When teachers tell you you're not going to use a calculator in real life, it's like, you fucking always have a calculator on you at all times.
You're speaking from the old. You're speaking about the old thing, whereas before the level of like, okay, we all have smartphones now with calculators built into them. But like in like the early 2000s, we're just kind of a few people have early 2000s, something like the early 2000s, like 2000.
Like when I was in high school.
Yeah, well, you're young.
It was late 2000s.
You said late.
We still had. Okay, shut off. Anyways, when I was in high school, we still had the ability to look up stuff with or laptops or smarter.
Look at you!
Smartish.
Look at you, rich kids with laptops.
We weren't rich. We were the poor high school.
Yeah? Look,
to be fair,
we were just given laptops.
What I'm saying is, when I was going to high school, that was when I got my very first flip phone, and it didn't have Snake on it, and you had to have Snake on your phone to be cool, okay?
Spike, you're fucking old.
I had one of the brick phones too. I had the Nokia 3530.
Ooh.
And that had a calculator on it.
What?
And this is the time when everyone was like, all the teachers were like, oh, you're never going to carry around a calculator in your pocket. You got to learn this stuff. And now I can just Google like even complex formulas if I need to.
Yeah.
No, that was
just automatically.
That was one of those problems I think that the school started having. I remember one of my friends when he was younger I think he was a senior year of high school or like the beginning year of college, was that anytime he got any kind of formula for homework, he could literally copy it, put it into like, I think it was called like Wolf Alpha or some website, and he would just pick it up and then give him the answer as well as show him all the work on how it was done. Like, technology just grew way too rapidly for that to keep up.
Yeah.
You can do it on Google too. If you Google the formula, it does it now. I don't know if it shows the calculation, like the working outs or whatever.
Right. Can I admit something to you guys?
What's that?
It's just between you, me, and Spike. No one else. Says no one watches.
Everybody mute for a second. Skip ahead 16 seconds.
I didn't have a cell phone till like in the first year of college.
That's normal to me.
Yeah? When you had it in high school, you said?
When I wasn't allowed to use it.
Oh, you just kind of
Yeah, Mom just made sure it was in my backpack so that, like, hey, if you get kidnapped, you just push the home button on here. All right, mother.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like kids have cell phones at all times. They get like these smartphones and all these things that they use for it, like apps and looking up answers during class and stuff.
No, I think there was mentioning that like in high school now there are like quiz apps. There are quiz apps that you use on your smartphones. Yeah. Everybody has a smartphone, dude. Children.
It's crazy. It's just like the super advanced technology when I was in high school was those whiteboards that you can write on. The ones they had like a projector on them and you can use a digital pen to write stuff on.
What is this magic you speak of?
It's super old technology now. It's like 12 years old.
That's insane.
It was literally just a smart whiteboard. It had the image, and you had these it was like a giant tablet.
Yeah,
like a giant graphic tablet.
I can't believe that you went to school at Tony Stark's school.
All right, first off, only the math teachers had it for some reason.
Yeah, because they're the cool ones.
It's probably because they fucking figured out the budget for it.
I was
Oddly enough, we just have enough for the math department.
I was in school when we were transitioning from blackboards to whiteboards. Like we were using chalk and blackboards. Like that scrapey feel.
Yeah. Thinking about it makes my fucking spine shiver.
Yeah.
It's that scraping noise. It's like rubbing two pieces of foam together.
Like my fillings jiggle.
People have a problem chewing foil too.
Well, yeah, if you have a filling, then it's gonna hurt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, Matt, come to America. We'll get you a filling, and you can find out.
I think I got a filling.
Do you? What did you? Okay. What kind of filling do you have? If you have a porcelain filling,
are
it's
you
not going to
stuck
work.
On that filling?
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh wait, I've asked everybody. We know we're caught up.
But that's enough about me. Hey, Spike, what have you been doing?
I went to PAX.
Oh yeah. Hey, Spike, you were talking about how you were learning how to do Blender.
No.
Yeah, you were.
I don't remember it.
Spike, you were literally like there is evidence everywhere. Matt put up the images of Spike's Twitter.
No. Take nothing from my Twitter. All of these images are trademarked CC.
Man, look at that human Sonic.
No, I've been messing around with stuff like Frankensteining pieces together from different things and modeling different things too. Like, so there's a couple of, I got really into VR chat since Matt and Creeps picked up virtual reality and then have never played with me ever again beyond the first time. So I got really into making stuff for VR chat, and I learned like modeling some stuff, and I've been making this drive-in movie theater, and I've been making this like Disneyland kind of world, and I want to be able to like make some more like escape room style things and theme park rides and stuff like that. But no, like I got super into doing a lot of this stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to show some of it off and talk about it on my YouTube channel and talk about it more here whenever it's like, yeah, now you can go off to the Full Moon Drive-In, available in the VR chat if it ever gets approved.
Yeah, because it's basically done, right? It just needs
it is.
approval.
And I put in like a bunch of little Easter egg stuff now. So like there's the moon that you can see up in the sky, but the moon is actually a place. And if you find the right little pieces, it can actually teleport you to the moon where you can you'll be on the moon and you can watch the movie from the moon. Or
wait, Spike, can you put something in that map for me? Like the moon?
Yeah, why? What do you want?
So, you know, like how the moon's there's a name for it, but it only has one rotation. You only see one side of the moon, but the dark side of the moon's, until recently, has been unexplored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you make the dark side of the moon just the face from Majora's Mask moon?
I'd have to change it, but I could do that.
Entire other half?
I could do that. No, at the current moment, like all that's on the moon is a chair. Like, but you can't see it from the ground. You can't see it from the ground. It just looks like the moon. But when you go to the moon, like there's a chair there, so you can sit down and watch the movie. There's one.
What if more than one person makes it to the moon?
Then they got a deal. They got a stand. It's just like the real space race, Jen. When if you're the second one to make it to the moon, it's just not as good for you. But no, like that's the thing, and you go outside like the TARDIS and stuff like that from Doctor Who, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so Spike's been working on Blender a lot. He's getting his VR things ready. So eventually, when it's ready, we'll notify you, the faithful followers of the Dungeon Runners.
That's going to be the game that everybody's going to be able to see. You're going to be like you're going to be watching the Dungeon Runners podcast, and somebody's just going to be in there watching a silent film because there's really not much else to do. It's not like in an actual game; it's a chat thing.
Yeah, because it's not exactly easy to stream something through.
Wait, what? Yeah, it is. I mean, maybe not while also being in a podcast. But it's super easy.
Let's do a live podcast from VR chat coming to you 2020.
Dude, I'm down for that.
Okay, first off, I would have to get a Vive or
I'm just saying that's a Vive. But I'm just saying, okay, an Oculus right now, an Oculus Rift, and I'm not being sponsored by Oculus Rift, but I could be. Wink, wink, Oculus. The They're currently $200 for the full setup.
Okay, first off, why would I want an Oculus Rift, now sponsored to you by Oculus Rift, when I can get a Vive?
Let me explain the benefits to you. Price.
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty compelling argument.
He's got me there. How much was a Vive anyways? Like 1,000?
No, it's $400 right now. I think it's $399.
Oh, really?
I reckon it's going to drop because the new one's been announced now.
Yeah, the Cosmos.
Yeah, that new one's crazy
the
looking.
Cosmos looks so good. I don't know if anybody has seen this one. So the Cosmos, I'm just going to pull this up real quick from Vive so I could talk about it here. But the Cosmos, the Vive website actually has some more information on it. Is the new announced Vive the original one? The one that I think Matt, you have the original. You don't have the Pro, right?
Yeah, just the original.
Yeah, there's a single camera on the front of it. The Pro has 2. The Cosmos has 4, 2 on the front, and 1 on either side to help with tracking whenever you're outside of view of your actual sensors. It's got new controllers, and the controllers look a lot closer to the Oculus controllers, which arguably everybody I've ever heard talk about this always says that the Oculus controllers feel better to hold. They're not so large like the wands are. And it has 2 things on it that make it seem far better. One is that it's modular, which means that as they release other pieces for it, you can easily change it out on your Cosmos, as opposed to on the original Vive, you have to pull it open, void your warranty, change shit like that. And it's also got a flip up front. So if you need to check anything in real life, you can just flip it up instead of taking off the entire headset.
That's so fucking cool.
And it has your Pro audio strap and stuff like that all built into it.
That sounds perfect.
The fucking technology.
Yeah,
that's so cool. It's the 4 cameras plus the 2 on the side, improving the tracking is that's one of the bigger deals with VRs right now. It's just that they need the tracking to be better and more concise so that it's not jittery. It's just adding those cameras is it's a big deal.
It needs to. It's going to make it a lot more accessible for for people who don't have cutting edge, high end computers, because for your tracking to be spot on, you need to have a fucking incredible machine. But for it to get be get closer and closer to be tracking without that, it needs some other way to be able to track besides just using the I guess infrared, the IR sensors. So using those extra cameras, I think, will make it more accessible. VR machines will be easier to come by.
Yeah, it'll lower the weight on the computer.
For me, the tracking, I've got a decent computer, so I've never had a problem with the tracking. The problem I have is how cumbersome the headset is to just take a sip of water. If I lift it up, I'm trying to fish around for my thing, I walk out the zone, then I put the headset back down, and then I have to keep rearranging it to get it back to where it was, whereas a flip-up visor with the lens, oh boy, I'd love that.
Yeah. Wasn't there one of the VRs setting up to be that where you don't have to necessarily take it off, so you can switch from the Vive camera to an actual camera in front of you, so you can actually display.
You can. It's just so if you do that, there's a button you push on the Vive that brings up Steam again, and it'll have a little square on it that's connected to your hand, so you're able to see through that square what's being displayed on the camera on the front of your headset, which is super disorienting if you're trying to use it like eyes, because for one, it's connected to your hand. So you're trying to hold your hand as close to your face as possible, but you have a headset on. And for 2, it's kind of hard to remember that camera is a good 5 inches in front of your nose and not actually your head.
So your depth.
Yeah.
Your depth position's off.
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit weird. If you tried to use that to drink water, you'd probably end up pouring it on yourself.
Well, also, you would still have to take it off anyways.
It would be hilarious to see that happen.
Can't wait for that to happen, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
So, you guys got really into Vive and VR chat for a while, and I guess you still are.
Yeah.
I just don't play with Spike anymore.
You should play. You should hop in sometime, man. I got your Game & Watch icon all ready for you from Smash.
Yeah. I'm gonna be Mr. Game & Watch from Smash.
Yeah, I got.
But you got I heard some weird stories from you guys from your VR chat, exploratories, finding people who just sleep in their headsets.
That's a thing. I don't fully understand it, but yes, that is a thing. There's sleeping worlds in VR chat, and I don't know if you guys watch a lot of VR chat, Twitch, anybody who's listening, or you guys watch a lot of VR chat, YouTube or anything like that. You'd probably be aware of this more than I am. But there are worlds that are just relaxing music, and there's pillows and stuff all over the grounds for it. But it's it's like it's just a world you go to sleep, which is strange to me because I don't think I could sleep with like the pressure of the headset on all the time, That's strange.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do that. Apparently, like, that's just a thing. Like, hey, I got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm going to go to a sleeping world, lay down, like, on a pillow on the floor in my house and just sleep in virtual reality. I don't understand the benefit. Is it to feel closer to the people around you?
I kind of, just because I've got the technology now, I kind of want to do it, even if it's just for the memes, but I don't want to do it alone.
I'll
Spike, do you want to sleep with me?
I'll sleep with you, man. No, I'm still on that idea. Anybody, leave a comment down below, or leave a comment on our SoundCloud or our Spotify that we are available on now, and let us know if you want to see a 7-day long live stream of me and Matt being stuck in VR chat, unable to leave.
You know that weird challenge you want to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We spent 7 days in virtual reality without leaving, except for scheduled bathroom breaks.
Wait, it has to be scheduled?
Scheduled?
Scheduled.
You don't know when I want to pee?
Yeah. Scheduled.
Matt pees a lot.
Scheduled, Matt.
It looks like you're going to have to strap a bottle to you.
Look, okay? Scheduled. You get 4 times a day.
4?
I'd give it a go.
You really eat 4 times?
No, I'd hope not.
You're just going to use that one of those 2 of those 4 times a day to do something else?
All right, look, man. That's your scheduled bathroom time.
How long is your bathroom break?
2 hours.
Yeah, that sounds about fair.
Wait, what?
You get 4 2-hour bathroom breaks a day.
4 2-hour bathroom breaks.
No, I'm down, dude. I'm down to do it. Everybody, let us know in the comment section down below.
So you can send us stuff at dungeonrunnerspodcast@gmail.com. That's Dungeon Runner Podcast. Dungeon.
What's the podcast anymore? What are we doing?
Dungeon Runners Podcast at gmail.com.
All right, that concludes the second season of Dungeon Runners. We'll see you guys in 2021. Yeah, no, I got. Is there any actual video game news we want to talk about? This is listed as a video game podcast.
Yeah, we are going to talk about some video game news. All of 2018 video game news, actually.
Oh.
So did you guys know Red Dead Redemption came out in 2018?
No, it didn't. Red Dead Redemption came out, I think, or sometime in the early 2005, 2006, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Pokemon Let's Go.
All right.
No, but for real. Pokemon Let's Go. Pokemon Let's Go. It's a nice game to just play. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Can I admit something?
What?
The only Pokemon game that I've ever played is Pokemon Red for the Game Boy.
And yet you still can't recall half the things in it.
No, I can't remember the map layout, but I remember the Pokemons.
You were just in a VR chat world where you were in that place, though.
Okay, do you know how hard it is to orientate around the Pokemon map when you're in first person?
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be the exact same way since you get a top-down view.
I found Lavender Town without your help, actually, once, so I do roughly know where I'm going.
Considering the entire world is a square, that's really not that hard.
Yeah, but it's been... When did it come out on Game Boy? I was a wee little lad when it came out.
It was like 1996, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was pretty young back then.
The Game Boy?
Was it? 97?
Yeah, 1996. Fucking, you're right.
Hell yeah.
Damn, you nailed that shit.
Okay, but it's something that's ingrained into your mind. It's part of your youth, man.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Let's Go, Matt, I think you'd enjoy it because it has none of the RPG elements of Pokemon. You just throw balls at everything.
I like balls.
Yeah. I will arguably say this. I enjoy that style of I enjoy that style more than the original Pokemon when it comes down to grinding stuff. Because
because it's faster.
Yeah, it is.
One.
It is so much faster, and it doesn't feel like, because let's be honest with ourselves here. Whenever you're grinding in the Pokemon game, I don't need to actually do anything but just beat a whole bunch of things so my level gets up higher, because every game has that. Mm-hmm. You're just walking around left and right and then tapping the A button and looking at something else or doing something else.
Yeah.
So in this one, you're doing the exact same thing, but it makes it so much quicker. I just throw a ball, catch it or don't. Throw a ball, catch it or don't. Throw it a ball, catch it or don't. I'm done. Versus like spending half an hour just tap, 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 tap.
Yeah. Just walking back and forth in the same grass patch over and over to get a level. And like the thing about it is like I like how everything looks. So it looks really good. Like the game graphically looks amazing. And the Pokemon appearing out in the wild, like actually showing up on the field, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best thing they've ever done with that. And I can only imagine they're not going to do that for the next game. But it's just so good. Like you don't necessarily have to fight a Rattata and another Rattata and another Rattata.
Yeah, you can just avoid them.
You can avoid them or pick or choose. You also see like
shinies.
Visually what their shinies are, and then you can see like how big they are or how small they are.
Man, Matt,
it's just like,
at some point we need to get you in on this. You enjoy this.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Yeah, Matt, for being a part of a video game podcast, you don't play any video games. We need to get you in some video games, man.
I've been playing Smash.
That's not a video game.
Yeah, that's barely a game.
That's a life. That's a lifestyle.
Speaking of
I was about to say, like, that has kind of become a thing for us.
So, ever since Smash Brothers came out, we've played it pretty much every day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so you guys, this is a fun thing you can do with your friends that creates a whole lot of tension. What we've essentially done is we made this spreadsheet, and on the spreadsheet, we're all allowed to pick 3 characters from the roster that we all say we're really good at. And everything else from there has basically been, there's a whole bunch of other ones that are in the pool. We could challenge each other to pick them out of the pool 1 time per day. And we could also challenge each other to take to try to take our, from each other.
Mains.
Take our mains. Yeah, the 3 that we've already chosen or any of the other ones we've already taken out of the pool. And whoever has the most is able to wear a crown. Or a challenge for a crown to be able to wear. And it's made the game last so much longer for us, but it's also made the game so tense. So tense.
It's made it so stressful for some of us.
Dude,
for some of us.
It's so hard to defend one of your mains. Like, you get so sweaty. Like, I just get a mind blank. Because it's, so to challenge for one of the pool characters, so one of the characters that's unclaimed, no one's got it as their mains. So say I want Toon Link. No one's got that, so I'd be like, I want to challenge for Toon Link. Someone else who's adequate or good at it will be like, cool, I'm going to choose to defend it. And you could do best 2 out of 3. Whereas if I want to challenge for, say, I don't know, Spike, what do you got? Spike's got Cloud. That's his, like, main boy. I go, cool, I want to challenge for Cloud. It's best 3 out of 5. And if I win, I get to take Cloud from him. So it's like, for Spike, it's just ultimate sweat mode. You need about a gallon of Gamer Goo just to defend him.
Yes.
Because if you sweat too much, you get those nerves, those jitters, you can lose your main no matter how good you are.
That's one of the big things is like, Matt brought this up. It was that you don't have when it's something you're challenging for and you lose, it's whatever. But if it's something you're defending and you lose, oh boy, it feels like such a bad burn on you. Like, because I said, these are guys I'm good at. If I can't defend them, who am I?
So one of the examples, like one of the most memorable defends that I did was, my main one is Ike. That's my main boy. And Creeps just went, challenge you for Ike. I was like, oh, come on, Dan, I really can't be asked for this. I played him, so it's a mirror match. You have to use the same character. He used Ike, and he used Ike in such a weird way that for the first 2 matches, he won. Just because he kept doing stupid things. He kept using the side B a lot. And I'm like, who uses that? Why? And I had to basically three round him in a row to defend him. I had to win 3 matches in a row. And there was times where I almost threw, like I SD'd, like I self-destructed in a stupid way. So I had to sweat extra hard just to defend it. And dude, it gets tough. It gets intense, but that's also kind of what makes it fun.
Yeah, I'll agree. That's definitely what makes it fun, where you're like, that's why it's lasted so long for us, I think. Anytime we bring it out, it's like, oh, who are we challenging for? Are you going to pick up this one? You're going to pick up this one? Because now it feels like a game with stakes instead of just like a party game that we take way too seriously.
It's just, yeah, it's so fun to be able to challenge someone for a character and know that you're just taking a little bit of them with you, still a little bit of their soul.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm getting triggered.
Yeah.
So the most recent challenge for a character was I took Matt on to take his Jigglypuff. I absolutely trounced him.
Right.
Did you? What? Did you?
No. Can I just say, right? So when I challenged for Jigglypuff, me and Creeps defended him. We weren't going hard on each other or anything. We kept doing sleeps until one of us won it's rest, right? We kept doing rest until like one of us won. We just meme matched it. When I went against Jen, he was like, he did all the up airs and the side airs, and I was like, oh, for the entire first round, I lost it immediately because I kept going for meme strats. So then after then, I was trying to do more air attacks, but I was like, I wanted a meme match, okay? I want a rematch, but with memes only. Rest only, boy.
Matt, you asked that, and I said, sure, but I'll win. Because I did get
for keeps.
Quite a few rests on you during that match.
Usually I'm pretty good with rest, but I choked hard, and I whiffed so many rests on that too. To be fair, it was a mixture of that and I meme strats.
Just spaghettied all over.
The best spaghetti that I've got in my roster right now. So the Crazy X Beaver, someone else we play with, who's also in this little tournament thing that we're doing. His main boy is Ganondorf, and he wrecks shop with him. Like everyone who mirror matches him gets steamed. So then I decide, I'll give him a little challenge, and he gets a couple of spicy kills. I get a couple of spicy kills. Then I notice his performance is getting worse. And I'm like, oh, I think he's starting to sweat. I think he's sweating hard. And I swear down, just because he hasn't got any gamer goo to prevent the lubrication of his controller, I beat him. I could tell the sweat was getting hard. And since then, I've defended him, and I can just taste the salt. He's sitting in my roster right now.
Doesn't it feel great to have a character you took from someone else?
Yeah, Spike, you've got Pokemon Trainer from Creeps too.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't see that match, but that sounded spicy.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. So one of the big things is that he doesn't actually try to take him back. But I think it's because he knows he could. So he's just hanging on to it. He keeps saying oh, that's just a free one. At any point, if I want to challenge for that one, it's just free. I just pick it right up. And it makes me so nervous. He plays the head game with me so hard on that. I'm just
he's clean head games.
Yeah. Okay, that was another thing. I played the head game with Matt on one of those matches. Remember that one, Matt?
Which one's that one?
Lil Mac. Lil Mac?
I hate you.
Ooh,
Why did you do that?
Like it said, you have to do a best 1 out of 3 to be able to pick up a character. So, Little Mac was one of the characters that I wanted to challenge for out of the pool. Well, Matt also has a chance because he was going to defend him, which could just be anyone. But Matt wanted to defend him, and he also wanted Little Mac, which is allowed to do. So if whoever won that match is the one who picked them up.
Yeah, so we both used our daily challenge on the same character. So whoever wins that character instead of me defending it.
Right. So we fought, and it was 1-1, and we were on round 3. And Creeps just off the side goes, oh, you guys should just SD until you're down to 1 stock each, and then just fight off the 1 stock. Well, one thing I've learned is that under the pressure, Matt cracks. So I was like, all right, let's do it. I jump off the edge. Matt also jumps off the edge, so we're down to 1 stock. And I just had to dodge and wait for Matt to jump off the edge at some point for him to just choke and just spaghetti off the edge.
It was stupid cloud map, which is the fluffy cloud. It was the smallest platform. Any side B by Little Mac is just an instant SD.
You can get back on. It's just hard.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Plus, the cloud map has no ledges. There's no ledges you can grab onto, so for a Little Mac, it's probably impossible.
It was good. It was a good match, and I still have him.
So...
and to let everybody know, at the current moment, General is the one who's holding the crown. I say current moment because that will probably change from episode to episode.
It won't. Don't worry. I'll keep the crown forever.
I think everyone but me, everyone's got 7 characters. I've got 6 because I got robbed of Jigglypuff. So that means that everyone who's got 7 characters, which is the same as Jen, can challenge for the crown. Be like, fight me for the crown. Whereas I can't just because I just need to win a character, and I'd be like, Jen, that crown looks kind of tasty. But when you're challenging for the crown, you can use any character from your roster. I'm not sure if we said that.
I don't know if he did, but that's one of the big things. That's why I'm going to take it from Jen, is because I'm going to just completely destroy him with Bowser.
Yeah, I mean, I got the crown from Crazy because I first beat him up with Inkling, And then he beat my Inkling with his Dr. Mario, who is insane. His Dr. Mario is fucking crazy.
Stupid.
Such
a meme.
And then I took him down with Ridley. Ridley, my boy, got fucking robbed from me by creeps.
Got robbed?
Creeps. He got absolutely robbed. So you know what happened? Is we were doing that match, and I was actually trouncing him for a while. And then it's just when we got down to the last match, either of us win, we take him or keep him. It's just so you know what Creep starts doing? Just he knocks me off the edge, just starts spamming Fireball, just cheeses me out.
That doesn't sound like it's that doesn't sound like that's illegal.
Sounds like a pretty legitimate strategy.
Yeah, it sounds cheesy as shit.
Yeah.
I let him take it. I let him take it. But you know what, Creeps? Creeps. I know you're listening to this. I'm gonna come back for that Ridley. That Ridley boy's mine.
Wait,
I hope
he took your Ridley? I challenge you for the crown.
He's just holding on.
See, Ridley was the only thing stopping me from challenging the crown. But as soon as he lost Ridley, he took Jigglypuff from me, which stopped me from challenging for the crown. I got so salty. Oh.
I challenge you for the crown. It's coming right now. It's challenging for the crown.
Go, Spike. My hands are covered in sweat.
Oh yeah?
Just send me that
I got the gamer goo hanging on to it till I get that crown.
You're not taking my crown, Spike.
All right.
I know your character's inside
this
and out.
episode of the Dungeon Brothers podcast is being left on a cliffhanger. Will Spike be triumphant and take the crown away, his rightful call to power from Jen? Or will Jen continue to hang on to it like the tyrant that he is?
Damn straight. So I think that's a good place to leave the podcast off, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for listening to the Dungeon Brothers podcast. I'm not too sure what the frequency is of this. Hopefully, we'll go back to being a week each. That, or we'll see you guys in 2021.
Yeah, I'll miss you guys.
It's been fun.
Good times.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Oh, crap. Also, you can be able to listen to the podcast on soundcloud.com/ Do we not have a URL?
I don't think we do. I think ours is just like the generic.
All right. SoundCloud.com. Search for the Dungeon Roaders podcast. That's all one word, Dungeon Roaders podcast. You can also find us on Spotify with the exact same name, Dungeon Runners Podcast.
There'll be links down below. Almost certainly.
It's been a while.
You're fucking this up.
Goodbye.